Welcome, everyone, to the Dr. Greg Show. November 17th, 2025. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Hope your day's going good. Going well. Happy you're having fun. We got a good show for you lined up. Thanks for coming in. All right, we are wrapping up some publicity tour stuff going on Twitch panels. So, yeah, it's interesting, guys. Twitch panels are tough. Lynn, how are you? It's tough, guys. It's always tough. Like, you always want to speak and you don't know when to come in, and it can be frustrating because you feel like you're not yeah, it can be tough. But we are here with you now. We're having fun. All right. I wanted to do some stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and you feel like rude, like talking over someone else. It's tough when you have, yeah, it's tough to know when to add, you know, I feel like a lot of times people will just talk just because they want to talk, and you're like, unless I feel like I have something unique to say, I don't say it. So I get kind of like weirded out. But I mean, that's not what other people think. They're constantly interjecting, so not a problem other people have. But I think it's just something that happens with time, So wouldn't worry about it. All right, guys. I wanted to go through. Ooh, there's an MIT course on immunology. That sounds amazing. Hi, Maria. Brianne Barker. Organs of immunity. The fall 2024 class. Yeah. It's
working in my favor.
Here we go. Okay. Oh wow, this is a full class. Oh my gosh. It's like full hour-long lectures, and there are 38 of them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I understand, Miss Cake. Yeah, I get it. It's it's tough when there's 8 people there. It's hard to interject constantly. I mean, to be honest with you, 100% honest, I mean, it's not my favorite thing to do. I used to do panels constantly because I didn't have like a stream. Basically, when I used to stream, it was like one person, 2 people. so it was like all on me, and I didn't have like a stream of people watching me. So, hi Ellen. So the problem was, yeah, I didn't have anyone. I didn't have a stream. I was trying to build a stream. And it's tough. It's tough to go back on them because I feel like I'm so used to talking all the time, and then there's so many other people. I feel bad about it. So bad about getting involved, talking a ton. But I don't know. It's just weird. I don't. I talked to Prime. I went on there because he had invited me on to. He wanted to do something else with me, like as a like me as the solo guest, and then him have people else on that are like anti-vax and stuff like that. So I thought that that would actually be a way better thing. You know, that would be a way better like topic of conversation that I could actually like kind of dive into and really like. So I kind of like wanted to do his panel just to kind of like help him out and also help me out, and it seemed like a good thing. I've actually debated Scott, that libertarian, solo before, and he's like less annoying when it's just me and him and I can talk him. But it's just like he's constantly interrupting everyone, and that's just kind of the name of his game. So, yeah. So it can be cringe when they're like acting so much different, with with women, with a single woman on the panel. Um, so thought that was weird, but hey, you know what? It's embarrassing. Okay, so man, I think. Oh, cool. She's actually doing her 2025 her lecture series right now. Okay, well, let's try it. I'm actually really interested. Um, okay, let's see. Let's see what her style is and see what it's like. I'm actually really curious. I think this might be fun. I want to learn more about immunology. So this may be fun. We'll see. It's a lecture though, so we'll see how it goes. Let's see, guys. No audio yet. Are you serious? She late? Oh, derp.
Now, in the future, whatever that could happen, that have happened, any of those that involve your immune system. Perfect. All right, so um, let's start out with the things in your life part. Okay, what kind of things did you guys come up with? Yeah. Okay, so you might be diagnosed with some kind of immune disorder. Is that an
Mm.
immunodeficiency or autoimmunity? Okay.
Hmm. Never thought about
Okay.
that.
Okay. So the reason why I asked is that sometimes your immune system can work too much and be
Yeah.
autoimmunity, and sometimes it can work
Exactly.
too little and be immunodeficiency. So
Hmm.
you could have immune disorders either direction. Okay. What else we got?
Let's see. Let's see. Can't hear him.
Or subfield in. Okay. So when you have in your immune system, yep.
Let's see what this
So
first one is.
this more
She seems to be like taking.
other mammals use to defend their bodies from invasion by other organisms. So that seems like legit, right? Been thinking more and more about the immune system as sort of our general homeostasis system as well,
Hmm.
and ways that,
Hi,
as
Mustang
Brenna mentioned, we
Sally. How's
also
it
are
going?
sort of looking at self, or we're trying to make sure that sort of other types of injuries aren't happening. And so that's something that we really want to think about. But um, if I think about this for a second, I just want to give you a couple of places where this could be complicated and help you see that everything, all of
I'm
the
putting it up
definitions
right
you've
now.
given me are awesome, but you also know of 100% situations where they fall apart. You just hadn't thought about it as situations
John,
where
not
they
right
fall
now,
apart.
dude.
So this
Sorry, not right now,
says
John.
we're going to defend against other organisms. And some of you mentioned other organisms, other types of cells, right? The idea is you don't want to have cells from some other organism inside of you.
Yeah.
Right? Like you want to get rid of them. You want to attack.
Okay, let's speed it up just a little bit.
Cows are other organisms, as are tomatoes, and as is wheat. What else is on there? Lettuce, I think. That's a whole bunch of stuff from other organisms.
Yeah,
right
I mean,
there.
there's
What would happen if
microbes
you
everywhere, right?
had an immune response and had attacked foreign stuff from cows in this situation? Yeah. Maybe you'd throw up. You'd have some serious issues, right? Do you think evolutionarily it would be a good idea to protect you from all substances from all other organisms?
No.
No, because then you couldn't eat.
No.
So
Yeah.
clearly, there's actually not. It's not just a all foreign bodies, all foreign cells kind of thing.
That's
There
a good
has to
point.
be some distinction. Then say some.
Oh, you just sent me a book. Okay, cool. Well, thank you.
Some of them are not a huge issue. Some of them are, and you might look at it and say, well, yeah, but that's because this stuff is sort of innocuous.
Oh, wow.
Relatively innocuous.
Here you go. You did show me a book.
Your body is full of microbes all the time. This is a sort of out of date
Okay,
estimate.
Diamond,
But
I
this says
will.
that bacteria
Okay.
outnumber your cells in your body 10 to 1. So you actually are 10 times more bacteria cells than you are you cell.
This is a little wrong. It's okay. I mean, it's got like a little pedantic, but like basically if you take your all your cells and you line them up, it's basically whether or not you oh yeah, PC, I remember you. It's whether or not you agree and you allow your red blood cells to be counted as a cell. And this is Brianne Barker. She has a PhD 38 lessons right now. Sure. What's up, dude? How's it going?
Oh, how's it going? You can hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So I don't know too much about science, but like, is there anything wrong with like, I don't even know if I could say this on live, but a PEDO, you know what I'm talking about, a PDO?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there anything like wrong with their brain for them to be like that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a neurological disorder.
What is that? What's that?
Yeah, I mean they're attracted to the wrong things. You know, I mean, it's a neurological condition where people they're born with it a lot of times. You know, it's like, you know, someone that's yeah, I mean, it's sad. They have like something that's not right in their brain.
Okay, that's all I was wondering. I didn't know if I could type that in chat. So, okay, thank you.
Yeah, man. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's go back to the thing. We have little critters living in our eyebrows. Okay. Yeah, we do. We do, Purple Flower. Yeah, we do. But anyway, sorry. Kind of pedantic, but again, in your body, bacteria outnumber your own cells 10 to 1. Like, that's not right. Like, because that includes red blood cells. And do red blood cells have nuclei? UC San Diego, and UC Riverside. Does a red blood cell have a nucleus, ladies and gentlemen? No, they do not. So the idea that they're like a bacteria, or they do not have, they're an unnucleated cell. So it's kind of like weird. I don't really take them. They're not, technically I wouldn't put them on the same level as a bacteria, because a bacteria is a fully functioning living organism and a red blood cell is not. So I would not say that this is correct. And if you defecate, if you need to defecate or not, is it contingent? You lose a lot of microbes during that. So like, let's say you're like between events and you remove the red blood cells from that list, it's about 1-to-1, which is fine. It doesn't need to be 10-to-1. I actually looked into this claim, and it was like some 1970s paper that was kind of like not. We've microbiology has improved a lot since the 1970s, so we have updated it just significantly. So it's it's not the same. My mom just got diagnosed with MS. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow, is there something that happens to most people? I would not say. I'm not a physician, but I don't think so. No. Parasites are. This is. AJ, that doesn't seem correct. I wouldn't say that's correct.
Just in your GI tract alone, you have 1 kilogram of bacteria, and those bacteria are doing a tremendous number of things for your health, both your metabolism, other types of physiology, things like that. So in fact, your immune system has to be able to tell what are the okay bacteria,
Okay.
what are the
Thank
not
you,
okay
Island.
bacteria.
Thank you for saying that.
What are the okay other organisms? What are the not okay other organisms? All of those types of things. Because in fact, we can look at organisms that have a complete lack of microbes, that are developed in the complete lack of microbes. They're called gnotobiotic mice, and they are messed up.
Yeah.
Because we see so many ways that those microorganisms are actually really important for our normal physiology. So again, it's not just like, oh, those microbes, we get rid of microbes and we don't fight against cows. We also have to have ways that we can actually be really more into discrimination amongst fine different types of organisms. To give you one other example of thing that would be really bad.
Oh yeah, aseptic mice. Yeah, we have to, in order to understand like the gut microbiome research. Yeah, we have aseptic mice. Get rid of parasites. I mean, sure, yeah, get rid of viruses too. I mean, we're battling both of them. It's not just like one.
Evolutionarily, if it worked as simply as the definitions we were thinking about go, in this woman, this fetus is half foreign.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of blood systems.
If you actually look at some of the basic ways we think about the immune system and say, well, it's protection against anything from a foreign organism, then pregnancy shouldn't be possible.
True.
Because you would actually have to get rid of that half foreign organism that is inside you for all of that time. And so the immune system, again, has a lot more subtleties than just get rid of not you, keep you. The immune system also does a really good job of dealing with cancers. There's a massive field of cancer immunology. And of course, cancers are cells that are you. Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot more sort of subtlety to this than just get rid of foreign, keep other. And we can see kind of changes among different organisms, changes over time, all of those types of subtleties.
Kat, why do gut microbiome transplants often improve Crohn's disease patients when it's autoimmune? Because your gut has a big thing to do with your immune system. So yeah, it has a big deal with that.
This is one of many views that
EJ, are you okay?
I think about when I think about the immune system. And you can look at that and be like, whoa, there's a lot of things.
Whoa.
What I want you to know is that this is, decent in terms of depicting aspects of the immune system, though it doesn't necessarily also give you all the organs really well. But what I want you to see is how interconnected all of these pieces are.
I want to see that.
And that is something that can be a little bit of a challenge, both for me in putting together this little schedule.
Yeah, dude, I'm really having a hard time.
And for you guys in thinking, because all the parts are talking to some other part. So how do I pick somewhere to start? I've kind of had to take this and smush it into a line. One of the reasons I mention this is because today,
I know,
but
I'm looking
also
into it right now.
especially Wednesday and in lab on Thursday, we're going to be doing a lot of like cast of characters. In some ways, it's not the world's most exciting thing, but we got to know who the players are so we can start knowing who's going to be talking to whom. Because wherever I choose to start, they're going to be.
Yeah, Purple Flower. I want to learn more about the immune system, so we're taking an immunology class. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to learn, dude.
Interactions with a lot of other things. I will also tell you that we as immunologists have figured out lots of ways that we like to divide this up. And so you're going to see different ways that we like to divide it up. Know that it's not like the cells know, oh, I'm in this box. I'm only going to do things with this box. These are divisions we made up.
This is cool.
In order to try to make some sense of all of this complexity. So there are plenty of times where cells are not going to follow the rules.
No, they didn't.
There's
EJ,
one other
no.
thing I sort of want to mention really briefly. If you were to ask other biomedical scientists about immunology, so if you were to think about whatever, or really any other biologist, tell me about immunology and what goes on in immunology. This is sort of a common take-home message that you would get. And note that this article, this is a fabulous article, by the way, is entitled "Immunology is Where Intuition Goes to Die." And so I point this out because you are going to, throughout the course of this semester, hear some things where you're like, no, that doesn't make any, no, she's lying. She's making that up. There's no way you would ever have a body system that does something that ridiculous.
That cool.
But in fact, yes, you do. I can already tell you there's just one day on the syllabus where I'm going to do, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to say, and then this process happens and it is random. Someone's going to raise their hand. When you say random, you don't mean random. Yeah, no, random. But it's not actually random, is it? No, it's totally random. Are you sure? Yeah,
somatic
sure.
hypermutations.
And we're going to go back and forth for a while.
I think that's what she's going to say. Somatic hypermutations. I think that's what she's going to say. Somatic hypermutations. Somatic hypermutation is a process in activated B cells that introduces random mutations into antibody antigens, into antibody genes to create highly diverse antibodies with stronger binding to antigens. So the idea is that your body has an immune system in a world where viruses are mutating. So if a single viral mutation made it inoperable, then how does the body adapt? Does it have to be presented with every single mutation possible in order for it to actually work? No, your body says these mutations I've seen before, and we're going to do our own mutations, just like how the RNA is actually, or the DNA virus is getting mutations itself. Now we as the body, as the immune system, are going to do random mutations ourselves to kind of to change that. Isn't that cool? It's really cool. It's a really cool part of the immune system. Yeah, nice, Diamond. There you go.
You're not going to believe me that one of these processes happens as randomly as it.
To trick the viruses, kind of, but also to kind of head it off at the pass. That's the main idea. That it's going one way and we kind of go that way as it goes that way. So we kind of trick it. That's the idea.
Does. In fact, a bunch of these processes happen really randomly. The author of this piece also had a tweet around the same time that he published it, which is this. And I mentioned this. I show you this. I used to actually have a mug that had this quote on it. I mention this because do we love our acronyms?
No, thank you, Helen.
I'm often going to tell you what they stand for, and for some reason people are like, wait, that makes so much sense if you know what it stands for. So pay attention to what the acronyms stand for. But this is why I record the class, is because of all of this jargon, and because sort of some of this may seem counterintuitive. The reason why things seem counterintuitive is that immunity is really an evolutionary process.
What?
Where we have evolved
What?
to meet the challenges posed by infectious agents.
What? That's what we were just talking about.
This is one of those things where, yeah, in some cases, I'm going to tell you something and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that is a terrible way of doing this.
Except for?
That's the most inefficient thing I've ever heard. And I'm going to say, yeah, you're right.
Except.
But it's what evolution could make with the tools that it has.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are going to be many, many times where you're going to look at something and be like, I could design something so much better. And yeah, you totally could. But we have to think about what were the evolutionary pressures and what were the evolutionary pieces that were available in order to make this happen. So, realize that evolution is going to sort of be modifying products based on what it has, transforming and creating. And in fact, there might be different solutions from different for different organisms. The reason why I specifically want to mention that is that generally when we think about immunology, I guess I'll put it this way.
Oh, here you go. This is.
We could.
Yeah, this is phage. Putting DNA in there. So phage, it's a way that you can actually create. It's really interesting. Like viruses are actually, an evolutionary. It's a way to exchange genetic material between organisms without horizontal gene transfer and without vertical transmission. So it's an interesting way of like getting stuff around that, you don't have to die in order to pick up the environmental DNA, or you don't have to have a baby in order to push that off into another organism. It's really cool.
Think about like every organism in the biosphere. There is a very robust field of plant immunology, of how plants defend themselves. Mm-hmm. There are all sorts of studies of how bacteria defend themselves against bacteriophages, how invertebrates defend themselves. And
bacteriophages with DNA coming in. A bacteria has a bunch of DNA that's coming. It's invading. What do you guys think? What have they evolved? What if bacteria, the main way that they've evolved some tools? What do you guys think? Anyone? What's the bacteria defense mechanism against foreign DNA invading the cell? Anyone? Diamond, you better get this. Mutations would be what happens if those pieces of DNA get into the genome, right? But it wants to stop it. Macrophages are the type of things that are bringing the DNA, but this DNA is already inside the cell. What do? Oh no, the DNA is already inside the cell. How am I going to do it? How am I going to have a targeted DNA assassin that comes in and kills that piece of DNA? Apoptosis is what happens. Yeah, you could kill the cell, lyse the cell, but hopefully we don't need to lyse the cell. We can save the cell. We have something that's targeted, and we have CRISPR. So CRISPR is a self-defense mechanism by bacteria for foreign DNA that's being pushed into the cell. That's what it is. That's exactly what happens for exactly the scenario like this at the top. This bacteriophage is putting that DNA into the organism, into the cell, and it's stopping it. It's stopping it with CRISPR, theoretically. But yeah, endonucleases for sure. Restriction. Yeah, they also do that with endonucleases. So for sure.
All of these things are super fascinating. Generally in an immunology course, that's not what we end up talking about. And so in general, we're kind of talking about the immune system that's evolved cool, EJ. Over here, sort of in.
You're always welcome here. Don't worry. I'm happy that you're here.
This group of organisms, though I will mention some others at other points as well. And so we're talking about vertebrates when we're talking about immunology. Officially, so here you can actually see.
Yeah, this is really interesting for me. Like, when did immunology evolve? Because if you have and so she's talking about specifically vertebrates, which makes sense.
It's at about we'll say 550 million years ago or so on.
Which is pretty big. That's a pretty long time. Because eukaryotes evolved like what, 700 million years ago? That was it. Like, yeah, I mean that's so, and you had 2 billion years of prokaryotic evolution, and then 700 million years after eukaryotes evolved, then you have us. So it's like crazy long. So that 550 million years ago only puts it 150 million years after yeast. So between yeast and vertebra, which is the spinal column, right? It's 150 million years. And it took 2 billion years to go from bacteria to yeast. Yeah, that is what it is, Adam.
Group of vertebrates. Technically, it's the vertebrates with
That's
jaws.
that's what
For
the
some reason,
numbers are.
jaws and immune systems evolved in the same organisms.
It's amazing.
So we're talking about jawed vertebrates. I will give examples of some other kinds of organisms from time to time, but know that by and large, we are thinking about the vertebrate immune system.
I mean, bacteria are as evolved as we are. You know, so true. It's so true, Diamond. Yeah, Amish are vaccinated. Yeah, that's another misnomer. There's like 70% of Amish people are vaccinated, so you're just wrong. And they have autism. Yeah.
And
nice.
the other piece that I want to mention is sort of like a question about what's the problem with immune systems. Like, I've mentioned that we're going to see some things that are inefficient, mentioned that, we're going to see some things that may not be super intuitive.
Definitely not, EJ. Definitely not.
And
that's not true.
One thing that we will see in a few situations is that there are times where an organism doesn't defend itself or where we don't have an immune response.
Hey, wow.
And so I want to talk about, well, what's the good,
Diamond.
but also what's the bad? Like,
EJ,
why should you
listen
not
to
have
this.
an immune response?
Wow. Sometimes the pathogen takes over and does damage to the host. Oh my God.
So we kind of
viruses
already
are real. Oh my gosh.
thought about that a little bit. You don't really want to have an immune response to food because then you wouldn't be able to get nutrients. You wouldn't want to have an immune response to a fetus because then you wouldn't be able to survive and reproduce. Probably kind of bad for evolution if you can't survive and reproduce, right?
Allegedly.
You don't want to respond to those microbes that might be helping your body.
Where's our antinatalists in chat? What's up? Where's my antinatalist? What's up?
But if we think specifically about sort of a pathogen that might be damaging the host, is there any downside to defending yourself?
Fauci's great.
The answer is yes, there's two.
You're using resources, and you might be attacking the wrong thing.
Not defend yourself, yeah. So one issue is it
fine.
could actually be really taxing on resources.
That's exactly why he was pardoned, because of people like that, because Biden knew that people would put him through court for the rest of his life. So he was a public servant and he served his country notably, and I'm just happy that he got pardoned.
And so just to show you, when you're not making an immune response, most of your resources, which is the bar on the left, go towards growth and reproduction.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was saying. Wow,
big.
guys, I get lucky sometimes. I said the cost of the metabolic cost of defending yourself. Look at that. And you can defend against the wrong thing. So maintenance goes up, reproduction goes down, a favorable environment. Look at all the resources allocated for growth and reproduction. That's incredible. That is awesome.
Strong, maintaining what you have, all that stuff. Like, that's where most of your ATPs, most of your carbon, most of the sort of metabolic work goes. When you're doing an immune response, basically all you're doing is immune response.
Wow.
You're not going to grow. You're not going to reproduce. You're not going to do anything else. You are now putting all of your energy
EJ, that's not correct. Yeah, I'm sorry.
The immune system is, in fact, incredibly energy intensive. And so ecologists have actually been thinking more and more about immunology as part of something called life history theory, and this question of, well,
that's me.
When do we actually have defense? And are there times when it's important to not have defense?
No, definitely not.
Are there times when you should
Adam,
shift your resources away?
Adam, you should just get into the box or yeah, don't be boring.
from defense, or other times when you should shift them towards. And so one of the problems is it could be a resource thing. It could take up, you could use those ATPs to get much taller than I currently am instead of making some kind of immune response or whatever else. So that's one potential issue. But there's actually another issue.
Oh, I'm sorry,
There's one
Shinda.
other reason why it might be a problem to
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll put it up here. Is it okay to go up here or something? Do you think that's better? What do you think?
Yeah, hello.
Hey Adam, what's up, dude?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
So, you believe are we allowed to say COVID or
Mhm.
no?
Yeah.
So, you believe the entire narrative the government gave us, or
No, I believe the science.
so what would you say the origin is?
The science shows that it was a natural zoonotic spillover event.
Like, can we prove it was not an artificial flu?
Yeah.
How?
There's sequencing of bat caves that have pieces of the coronavirus, and then there's swabs that were taken of the drains and of the stalls at the wet market so that we can actually overlap the bat coronavirus that was there, that was in a spillover event at the raccoon dog and the raccoon dog itself. And then on top of that, there's two separate spillover events that happen 1 week apart. So there really isn't any actual mechanistic way for a lab leak to happen and have those two both be the same.
So, why did they change the 6 feet rule that was initially enforced?
Why don't we talk? Why'd you just pivot? Why aren't we talking about the lab leak
Well, I
anymore?
mean, everything about it was suspicious.
What?
Like,
Can you repeat to me what I said to you
well,
in your own words?
I couldn't do that, but
In your own
I
words,
understood.
how did you understand what I said to you?
Can you paraphrase? Just make it a little more concise for me.
Okay, so we have coronaviruses, which is what SARS-CoV-2 is, and we have pieces of it starting in bat caves, and then we have the intermediary, right, which is the explosion at the wet market, and then we have that virus genome overlapping with raccoon dog DNA. So that's overlapping those two things, and then we have stall by stall evidence of where it is within that wet market. And then on top of that, there's a second spillover event, a second time that there was another thing. So two genetically divergent SARS-CoV-2 outbreaks that happened 1 week apart from one another. So basically, there was a bunch of DNA mutations or RNA mutations, excuse me, that were different and unique. And then 1 week later, there was another spillover event that had another unique mutations in that one, and kind of gives it its own unique fingerprint. And the reason why that's important is because it would have to be two separate lab leak events that happen within this period of 1 week, and they had to have happened exactly the same, and they would have to had a ton of viral load, and they would have had to transport it to the web market and then to do the same thing the second week. So the idea that there was two super rare events one time, I mean, maybe 99% no though, but then two super rare events, two 0.0001% events, there's just no way, bro. I mean, there's
No
just
way it was artificial.
correct.
But I mean, maybe they're legit viruses, but what if it was artificially mechanized or, like I don't know, put into the first human?
Okay, so then maybe that happens one time. How does it get transported from the Wuhan Institute of Virology to the wet market?
Well, I mean, maybe that was the plan. I mean, just to,
Okay,
spread it, create chaos
okay, but then how is it spread from that Wuhan Institute of Virology to the wet market?
through a human.
through a human, but there's nobody. We checked the blood of all the Wuhan Institute virology workers, and none of them had antibodies to SARS-CoV-2. So they would have had a big enough viral load that they were transmitting a ton of it, and then they go to the wet market, and then they spit and cough on stall after stall, and then they spitting and coughing on raccoon dogs, and then they do it again the next week, or someone else has to do it. Actually, it's a second person, and it has to be a second strain.
I mean, we can you at least address that a lot of people are like suspicious of how they handled it? I mean, you can at least admit that.
I mean, it doesn't matter what people were fed a conspiracy, and it's a lot easier to believe a conspiracy than actually like learn virology or molecular biology or population genetics. And it's a lot easier to learn, oh, isn't it ironic that there was a Wuhan Institute of Virology in the same place that there was an outbreak? And once that kind of like gets into that mind worm into people, then that's what the problem is.
I mean, I guess if like the government didn't handle it so bad, people would be less suspicious. I mean, overall, and look into it legit way. You say?
I mean, all the entire scientific community has been nothing but clear on this issue. There's been more than a dozen publications that link it all and show that it was a natural zoonotic spread event. It's been the governments. It's been Trump that specifically that has pushed this disinformation. It hasn't been science.
Well, you don't have to be Trump's. I mean, I don't care for Trump, but it's just, I mean, how they handled it was not okay, and it's making everyone still like wary of the standard narrative.
No, it's just Republicans. It's not Democrats. Aren't.
But I'm not even Republican.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm just saying. I'm telling you that this the narrative of like, oh, you lied, science lied, and during the pandemic, so people distrust science more. It's not. It's just all the polling shows that it's just Republicans, and it's specifically, because of Trump pushing disinformation. Yeah, Robert Malone was not the inventor of the mRNA vaccine. That's another falsehood. It's completely wrong.
So, just a side note, would you say that everyone who disbelieves in the moon landing is all Republican too? I mean,
no. So I'm like specifically talking. No. So I'm talking about these polls specifically. So Republicans, Democrats diverge on whether vaccines are more dangerous than the diseases they're designed to prevent. Do you think that vaccines are more dangerous than the diseases they are designed to prevent? And from 2020, which is around 10% for both of them, Republicans go up to 31%. So, so a huge increase, a plus 200% increase. And I mean, it's obviously because of Trump and sowing discord and saying that, that he didn't even believe that the virus was there. It was real at first. He didn't even think that there was a pandemic. Hi, Ness.
wait, so why do we have to take like 6 boosters if it was so effective?
Do you know how vaccines work? So I'm just going to say, do you understand? Wait, before you move on, I'll stand here all night with you. But do you understand the science on why we understand how the wet market was the source of the pandemic?
Well, maybe not, but you're gonna say it like the different variants. We had to like get the boosters for them, right?
Well, I mean, if you can't understand or accept the wet market and the origin of SARS-CoV-2, then why would you understand vaccines?
Because we're just speaking about the origin. The origin is just one part of the puzzle, right?
Well, I mean, it's a really important and easy to understand the dynamic of it.
Okay, but sorry, if it was like put into somebody by an artificial like flu, if it started as that, or if it was legit, if it was in Wuhan, if it was wherever, the transmission of it and the government's response, the populace's suspicion, that's what matters too. I mean,
no, the politics of how China addressed and dealt with the pandemic is different than the science that is independent of the politics of China. but the independence in this, the sequencing data and the RNA sequencing data and the epidemiology reports and the scientific publications, those are all completely separate than the China government's politics and how they dealt with it. I think that you can be critical of that. That's fine. I think that they're bad with, like, the physician that that whistle blew on the thing and was one of the first people that perpetrated it, but talked about it. But I mean, that's completely different than like viruses being real and viruses being inside of bats and then transmitting to raccoon dogs and then outbreaking into the wet markets. I mean, you agree that viruses are real, right?
Well, of course they're real. I mean,
Okay. I mean, that's not a lot of people don't believe that anymore. So that's nice. I mean, do you think
I
that they
think
cause disease?
No, I mean, well, they have the disease in them, but obviously they're not the cause of the disease, right?
No, they cause the disease. Yeah. So it's like
But
HIV causes AIDS, and like SARS-CoV-2 causes COVID-19. It's like,
yeah, so it has the disease in it, right? That's the
I can understand why you would say that, but it's a little bit different.
oh,
The disease is made within the viral load increases with the virus, and then as your body can't deal with that and fights that, then it cascades and it has its own problem, its own disease. So the virus makes the disease, but it's not within the virus itself. Does that make sense?
I mean, not totally.
Okay. Okay. So your body can't deal with the viral load. It's like it's I'm trying to think of an analogy, but yeah, I mean, honestly, at least you agree that viruses are real and that they can cause disease. So I think
Yeah,
that's
but
fine.
that's like total capitulation if you just don't believe in that.
I mean, I'm telling you, brother, a lot of people do not
But I
believe
think a
that.
lot of them rage bait. I don't think a lot of them are
No,
honest, honestly.
no, I'm telling you, that's a lot of people do not believe in viruses anymore. They believe in terrain theory. They think that diseases. I know. They don't believe in germ theory. They believe that basically diseases is from not from viruses themselves, but from outside sources like bad diets and that kind of thing, microplastics and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
oh no.
Like EJ in chat, the person that was spamming in chat,
Hmm.
they believe in terrain theory.
Huh. I mean, interesting. But
Yeah,
I
I'm just
mean,
I'm just
sorry
saying,
yeah.
just telling you.
Yeah, this is not a pivot. This could be just a side note. But when
Hmm.
I commented in the chat about Dr. Fauci, and you said like,
Yeah,
I get why he's pardoned. That's fine. But the point, do you not have any problems with like his history? I mean, I read about his like unethical test. You didn't address that.
I mean during HIV, is that what you're talking
I
about?
believe so. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm not as informed about his HIV like stuff. There is like the queer community is like thinks that there were like some problems
Yeah.
with how he handled like AIDS and stuff. So I mean I think that's a
Okay.
valid
That's fair.
concern.
That's fair.
But like how
But I mean,
he
that was
handled
the.
how he handled COVID-19 wasn't up to him. It was up to Trump. I mean, Trump was running the ship, so like it was his show, and he ran the whole thing, and
But
he
was it
didn't
though?
believe for sure. You think that Trump is the type of guy to hand over the government to someone underneath him?
But well,
Does that sound like Trump?
technically, well, he's doing it now with Netanyahu. But the point about Fauci, I mean, obviously he
He's
had like
obviously not, dude.
independent.
He's obviously not handing the government over to Netanyahu.
Wait, but he had independent control of the vaccine mandates.
Who? Fauci?
Well, him and his board.
No, no, dude.
That's what I heard at least.
No, dude, it's the same. It's the same shit like with now. You think the CDC is independent of the HHS and Trump right now?
No, but what does Trump have? What does he actually do for HHS? He doesn't actually input anything. He just
He
gives them
doesn't
the
do
control.
anything. He
No,
doesn't do anything. How has Trump changed HHS?
he put RFK Jr. in the
Yeah,
lead,
and then what
so he's
else?
doing it.
And then what else?
What you mean the thing about Tylenol and stuff?
Sure. Yeah, he's changed all the people on all the vaccine boards, ACIP. He's changed all the people in the CDC. They have to be a complete, like they're bought in 100%, or else they're fired. They even fired the CDC director because she wouldn't actually like just clap and seal of approval everything that came directly from the White House from Trump and RFK.
Yeah, so I put it on RFK. I don't put it on the president because he's not the one really he's just approving it, sure.
It's coming from well, I mean, during the pandemic, it was definitely from Trump himself because he was making things and he was overriding the CDC. So through the DHS, he overrode for the CDC in a lot of their mechanism on how they were going to actually handle the pandemic.
No, okay, I see what you mean though. I mean, I would just pointing out that like he appoints these people like RFK and other Trump MAGA people, and he just approves their recommendations, is what I understood.
During the pandemic, he was definitely taking a strong role. There was several instances that CDC didn't go through their own protocols. They let Trump like take over. It sucks because Department of Homeland Security is above the CDC and HHS.
But isn't it kind of like natural selection? If people are really putting Clorox in their skin or whatever, I mean, that's kind of like how are you even human if you're going to do that?
Because their lives matter. Their lives matter. Even if people are uninformed and misinformed, their lives matter.
My point being, if you just listen because he's the president, there's an issue with you, not really him.
No, because people believe him because he's the president. They think that he's capable of having more informed decision making because he has access to more data. They don't understand that he isn't like actually, reading the presidential daily brief. He isn't listening to experts. He's doing his own insanity. That's the problem.
But you do realize, I mean, not you do realize, but like we realize that they're loyalists to him regardless, right? I mean, so they're going to do what he says. So those people, it's kind of what they get in a sense. They're going to follow him regardless.
I mean, on Trump 2, yeah, because he put sycophants in there. But in Trump 1, he didn't. He didn't have that.
Okay. Well, I mean, so you think RFK Jr. is like the worst, I assume?
I think he's an idiot and he's going to kill people. Yeah, he's awful.
Wait, why kill? I mean, I get like maybe make people's lives harder, but
I mean, vaccines, dude. He's removing and helping remove like vaccine mandates across the country.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there's 423 bills that are all trying to be passed all throughout the country, and it's not just dude. That's what this is. Action.drgregshow.com. We are actually trying to politically organize in order to stop this madness. So we're actually emailing people, we're calling people, we're calling state senators and state congressmen, and we've called 600 people, 616 like calls and emails trying to stop this from happening. It's insanity, dude. It's going to kill a lot of kids. I mean, 4 million kids a year are saved by vaccines. 1 million adults.
Like mostly in Africa, I assume.
I mean, a lot of the measles outbreaks in Canada have been rural Canada, rural Ontario outside of Toronto.
So someone like this Keith guy in the chat, it seems like they're just like a conspiracy theorist that kind of like the EJ person you mentioned, because I mean that's a little silly, but obviously I'm like in the middle where I obviously believe in vaccines. I know they work, but I also was just very suspicious of the narrative, and we already talked a little bit about it, but yeah, I mean,
however long you want to be here, I'm with you.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You mean that's it? Or
No. I'll stay on here for however long you want, dude. We can chat for hours if you want.
I mean, it's just a little longer. I don't want to, make your night longer. But
whatever you want, bro. Whatever you want.
Okay, so yeah. Sorry, you said like he's gonna kill people because he's taking away vaccine mandates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not just vaccine mandates, by the way. They're trying to remove the ability to, like, for epidemiologists to contact trace. So like imagine like a measles kid has the disease and we know that they're positive, contact tracing is going back and making sure that, like, who did you contact, where were you during this time, because if you're measles positive in a room, you get everyone that goes into that room measles positive for 2 hours, and you get like a 97% chance of being okay if you have the measles vaccine. But about 3% of the vaccinated kids still get the measles, and if you have you're in contact and you're unvaccinated for the measles, it's about 90% you catch the measles. So the idea is that you contact trace and you stem off and be like, hey, do not go out, because measles is the most contagious disease that we know in mankind. So we tell these people, stay home, quarantine yourself. And a lot of these Republican states are trying to remove contact
Mhm.
tracing. They're trying to remove quarantining so that you can't even, as a state, tell some kid that's sick, that's positive with measles, hey, you should stay home. This isn't what you should be doing, which is just insanity.
Yeah.
So it's not just they're not even anti-vaccine, man. They're anti-public health. They don't think that the government should be telling people what they should be doing. And what's happening is that the unvaccinated people, are exposing everyone that they contact. Right? Those mothers, those bad mothers that are bad parents or bad fathers that are not vaccinating their kids, are making that decision and harming not only their kids but everyone that's in their classroom. It's extremely dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, would you say outside the developed world, that's kind of like the standard case where like they don't have these measures in place and they kind of just come to school and get others sick and like, are we devolving basically?
I
Or
I think, I mean,
de-evolving?
we have done extremely poor during the pandemic. So the United States is around like 200th in the world for like deaths per capita, for and it is really bad. The other one that is close by us is the UK. So the UK and the United States, especially given our healthcare systems, we did uniquely very poorly. So, like, what is the thing that makes us similar? Is that we have the similar types of conspiracy theories and that type of thinking, and it's like very easy to push now with AI driven algorithms and social media. People are, skeptical or something like that, and then they're pushed, like, not just anti-vaccine stuff, but now it's like flat earth thing. So I'm telling you, man, like, you don't think that, but I'm telling you, people are not only anti-germ theory, they don't believe in germ theory, but they're like flat earthers. I would say about 90% of the people that I talk to that are
Mhm.
anti-vaccine are also anti-germ theory and also flat earthers. So it's like it just gets pushed to these people, and they what, because once you think that, for example, the entire scientific world is colluding together and all working together in order to create these viruses in labs and keep that all on the hush. Now it's really easy for you to believe that, oh my gosh, the Earth might be flat too, and they're keeping that from me too.
Yeah, I mean, I would say those people probably think it's just like the heads of the science community, whatever that means. But I mean, flat Earth is like, I think that's like, I get your point. They probably, most of them are probably Christian. I don't know, but
Hmm.
I feel like that's like a dead theory, flat Earth. But
That's a lot.
I
I'm
do
telling
see
you,
the
I
suspicion.
wish it was true, but you're right. Religiosity does correlate with conspiratorial thinking. So that is something that has been found. You're right.
But I see. I think it just. I only, well, maybe because I'm in America and I see the Christians saying it, but I don't. It's not like I see like Hindus or Jews saying these things, right? So I don't know if it's like a Christian centric thing. I don't know, but
Yeah,
maybe
yeah, I
because
think that's fair.
hillbillies are more like likely to be Christian. Hillbillies, like lower educated Americans. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I think that's an interesting point. I agree.
Yeah. Hmm. I mean, I see. While you were talking, I mean, I've seen like a few people. Obviously, you're gonna get some people, with these quote unquote controversial topics. People are gonna disagree with you and
Hmm.
say like this Keith guy keeps coming up, and I can't help but read his comments because
Hmm.
it's on the top right, and and like I used to be a little bit like that, but obviously I'm a little more centered than he is, obviously. So I mean, I don't know. I see like I don't know. These people won't stop. Just in general, being
Yeah.
completely suspicious. I'm halfway suspicious, you know, of just some things, not full on. That's like scary to me.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I
Mm.
totally agree with you, man. I think it's very scary. I think it's very scary how
Would you
the,
mind keep putting? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
it's like there is a lot of anti-intellectualism in the United States, and then now it's like pushed specifically because of COVID. So it's okay to be skeptical, dude. I think it's totally fine to be skeptical. Scientists are skeptical. Like that's totally okay. It's the problem is the contrarianism. So the idea
Mm-hmm.
that like it doesn't matter what the science is, it doesn't matter what the papers say, it doesn't matter what different fields say. There's no way that that is anything but lab leak. Like I have like some scenario where lab leak could be real. You know what I mean? There, it's a really small percentage, like 0.0001%, but like it could still happen theoretically. But these guys are fervently 100%, and it doesn't
Yeah.
matter what the data is. So they're just contrarians.
Yeah. I mean, I would love for you to have a conversation with this Keith guy just because he's think get me up, and I don't want to drag this on.
Okay. Do you
But I
want me
mean,
to
if you
bring them up with you?
yeah, I would love for it to have.
Okay. Okay.
Like I'm a
Hi,
conspiracy
hi, Keith.
theorist.
What's up?
Hi. 34 years working for 5 different government agencies, had a top
Okay.
secret clearance, worked for a
Okay.
defense contractor for a
None
decade.
of that is
I've worked
science.
in the medical field.
None of
Can I
this is
finish,
science.
please?
None of this is science. What
Can
are you
I
talking
finish?
about? No.
Wait,
No.
Keith, lower
You
the
can't
the
say
energy. Lower the
that the
energy.
government hasn't done really effed up shit when you're talking about like MK Ultra, when you're talking
That's not what
about
we're
the
talking about.
Tuskegee experiments,
That's
when
like
you're talking about
50s.
gassing off the California coast. These are things that they've admitted to.
This is like, bro,
That's not a conspiracy.
I'm not talking about things that the government's done. I'm talking about what science has done. I'm talking about what science is doing.
And consistently, we're showing that science is no longer the purity that it once was.
How so?
My
Give me the
brother, who's
data.
worked for Big Pharma for the last 25 years of
Doesn't
his
mean
life,
anything.
him and I talk daily about
Doesn't
the
mean
illegal
anything.
stuff that goes on.
Doesn't mean anything.
You can say that. Somebody who worked for the federal government, state government, city government, and county governments, I've seen the illegal, unethical things that our government has done for 34 years.
Keith,
Okay.
Keith, could you lower the energy and like actually have a real conversation instead of just screaming in your phone? No one's gonna appreciate your
Why are you
speech.
sensitive? Are you woke? Are you
No, because
triggered?
you're blowing everyone's speakers up.
Then turn your volume down.
What's wrong,
Or
Keith?
lower
Why are
your
you so
voice like a
Oh,
so
normal human.
triggered, Keith?
Because these are the problems with people like you. Like you
People like
say,
me.
like, oh my God, like the government is perfect and no doctors
That's
do
not what I
anything
said
wrong
at
and the
all.
science is perfect. It's
That's not what I
not.
said. That's not what I said.
Because the second somebody says anything, what did both of you say? Oh, conspiracy theorists. Oh, look at this guy in the chat. It's like,
Yeah.
don't
You
act
sound like
like
one.
we don't know
Pretty
what the
clearly.
hell the government has done.
We do. We're talking about science, bro.
Yeah, and the science is not unfathomable.
I agree.
How many
I
times do
agree.
doctors make a wrong diagnosis on average
That's
in
that.
America?
Okay. That's not what we're
25%
talking
of the
about.
time.
That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about
You're
physicians
talking
making.
about science.
No, that's we're talking about that. Those are physicians making medical diagnoses. We're talking about
It doesn't.
scientists.
And who's doing the tests?
The scientists that are doing this genetic
Right.
sequencing.
Humans.
Yeah.
Humans are not perfect.
Okay. And that's what the peer review process is.
So
That's why the
don't
data
act-
is open. That's why everyone can look at the data. That's what Warraby, Picard, Chris
So
Christoph.
then
Those are
why aren't they
all
releasing the Henry Ford study?
okay. That wasn't a study. That was just some random doc that someone made it into a PDF and uploaded to a Senate.gov Google file. That doesn't
Yeah,
mean
and they
anything.
have him on camera talking about it. And he said, if I release this, I will lose my job.
That's not true because obviously he released it and still has a job. So again, that
No,
was
he
just
didn't
handed.
release it.
It did release it. Yes, he did.
No,
yes,
they
yes.
got a hold of it and
No, he didn't.
other
No,
people released it.
No, you're wrong. It was an anti-vax attorney, and he uploaded it after his Senate his Senate hearing. We watched the whole Senate thing, bro. We watched it here. I read the whole report. You're trying to act as an own, but we've already gone through this. I'm not afraid of anything that you bring to me. I will read everything that you have on stream, and I can talk about it and respond to anything that you have.
For a while, the CDC had right on their webpage, and I was showing everybody that it said you're more likely to get the COVID if you've already had the vaccines.
Why would
And
that be?
that stayed up there for about 6
Why
months.
would that be? Why do you think that would be?
You tell me, Mr. Scientist.
Because more
You're
people
telling
are
me if I get a vaccine,
vaccinated.
I'm going to be more likely to get
Because
the
more
virus?
people are vaccinated, so therefore more people are going to get the strains that are going around because more people are vaccinated, dude. It's not the fact that you get vaccinated and now it's like attracting viral particles or something.
Keep believing what you're believing.
I will. Thank you.
Is that why oncologists throughout the world are showing the rates of cancer going through the roof?
You realize
Things
that's
like
completely
colon
false,
cancer
right?
in
You realize that
10-year-olds.
there's actually
When was the
anti-cancer
last time
properties
you've
with
seen colon
mRNA
cancer in a
vaccines?
10-year-old?
You realize that there's actually anti-cancer properties with these mRNA vaccines, right? There's 2 studies that just came out in Nature in the last 2 weeks, and it's actually the exact opposite. That the mRNA vaccines are actually tuning up the body so that it's attacking cancerous cells better, and it's allowing immune tumors to be better attacked by anti-tumor drugs. So it's exactly
So
the
I
wrong
guess
thing.
that nothing that the vice president of Pfizer said was true then either, right?
I don't know what the vice president of Pfizer is. Is it
Yes,
some
you do.
email? Is it some email that he said? I don't have no idea.
No, he has been very vocal about it.
What has he said? Let's bring it up.
That we should have never released this, that we should have never gave people vaccines.
That's not true at all. I guarantee you he's not said that. Okay, let's bring it up.
Then you need to look it up.
Okay, Vice, let's see. I will bet you we get this not true. Vice
bet me
President Pfizer. What do you want to say? The quote of
Keep on believing your
we
delusions.
should not have released this vaccine. Is that what you're saying? The quote?
He just fled.
Yeah.
He fled.
Yeah, that's what
See,
happens a lot.
people like Keith make me never want to be suspicious or just, he ruins it
I
for
know.
everybody.
It's embarrassing, man. These people, they again, dude. Bro, skeptical arguments. I can understand, man. I'm a skeptic myself. Like, I get it. Here we go.
But that was a pathetic attempt by him. I mean, he just screamed and just ran.
So this is an ex-Pfizer scientist. So he's not even the vice president. Okay, wait, no, here we go. A former Pfizer scientist turned anti-vax proponent has made unfounded claims about the novel coronavirus in videos on a speech he gave that has been posted on social media. Mike Yeadon, a former vice president of Pfizer who recently was featured in Reuters' special report, was filmed giving a speech making claims about asymptomatic infection, virus variants, the vaccine, and its risk to pregnant women. The claims were viewed thousands of times. Asymptomatic infection. In his speech, Yeadon says his, quote, favorite lie is that people can transmit the virus without any symptoms, adding, I would say it's somewhere between rare and doesn't happen. Okay, so basically, it's kind of like having a vaccine doesn't prevent the viral particles from falling onto your face, right? So you can have the vaccine and then not develop COVID-19. So SARS-CoV-2 is the virus, COVID-19 is the disease, okay? If you get SARS-CoV-2 in your body, you're SARS-CoV-2 positive, okay? If you test and you use the test kit, it's testing for the virus, you have it, right? The viral load increases, and then with enough increase in the viral load, then you trigger and cascade into the COVID-19, into the disease. So that viral load, if it never goes high enough, you don't trigger and cascade into the COVID-19 disease, right? You don't trigger into those symptoms. So the vaccine, because you have antibodies that are being produced, are going to help keep that viral load down. That's why during the height of the pandemic, you basically have an ability to make sure that you don't develop severe disease from SARS-CoV-2 because you keep that viral load down. So in some cases, does it eliminate the spread? If you have enough antibodies and the viral load is low enough, then yeah, it could prevent the spread. But if you have, a certain amount of viral load that you're spreading to someone, then no, right? Because it's already enough, and the antibodies can't keep it down. So that's kind of the thing. It all has to do with the incubation period of the virus. So basically, flu and SARS-CoV-2 coronaviruses, they're short incubation viruses. So it takes about two days to get for your for the 2 days for the viral load to get to a point where it's going to cause the disease. But something like smallpox, which is eradicated because of vaccines, that's going to take like 10 days. So that ramp up time gives your body more of a chance to stop the disease. So that's why it's really important to, that's what it has to do. So the idea that it's going to completely stop the spread, probably not, but is it going to decrease the spread? Yeah. And during the pandemic, that's a big thing. So there hasn't been any evidence of the vaccine causing clots or anything like that. Okay.
So
The only
someone
thing
like
there was the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that did have some weird side effects, but that was honestly the VAERS database and the vaccine side effects stuff working in tandem, and they took it off really, really quickly.
yeah, so someone like this supposed VP of this one unit in Kent, supposedly, because someone in the chat put he was a VP of the respiratory allergy research unit in Kent, so he wasn't the vice president of the company, obviously. But
Yeah.
why would someone like this flip sides? I mean, did he just turn loco, crazy?
Yeah, I mean, might have been on his way out. Might have, I don't know. There's a lot of people. Thank you, Ness. Thank you. Yeah, there's lots of people in the chat that have had, that had it and knew they were fine. So, he had his own biotechnology company. Yeah, he's probably on his way out. Sadly, basically, the pandemic allowed people to grift, and people that were. That had failing careers, like the Robert Malone guy. He was failed academic, went through med school and then tried to do a bunch of biotechs and stuff like that. Failed at those, so he was kind of having a struggling science career, and then basically he had a chance to reinvent himself. And in 1989 or something, he had a paper where he delivered green fluorescent protein, which is a fluorescent thing that makes cells green. It has nothing to do with the vaccine. It has nothing to do with that technology. I mean, we're talking 25 years of molecular biology and research and development that goes into it. Was he one of those people among 200 or 300 researchers over the span of 20 plus years? Sure, yeah, okay, but was he the inventor of it? No, dude. Was the inventor of the Toyota Camry? Was he the inventor of the F1 car, of the 2026 F1 car? No, dude, no. They're just it's just they're so different. It's just not true.
Well, yeah, I mean, it seems like this, this hysteria over. I mean, we're in 2025, so obviously the pandemic. It was the height of this, full-on hysteria and hesitancy and suspicion. But I mean, would you say it's died down quite a bit, or is it just because we're removed from the pandemic, or is it still the same? Or
it's ramping up, if anything. But I mean, there's 400
because
bills.
of RFK and the like.
Yeah, there's 400 bills that are attacking public health. And the problem is that we're talking about the vaccines and stuff, but in reality, man, we're talking about, like I said, anti-public health. They're coming for public health now. It has nothing, and a lot of them dissuaded people by saying, "Oh, I'm not anti-vax. I'm just anti this vax." So maybe not pro-vaccine like MMR, but then when it comes to COVID, I don't like this technology, and that's just not true either. The mRNA technology with lipid nanoparticles is the next generation of molecular biology tools that we've used for personalized medicine since 2015. If you got cancer right now, you're gonna get mRNA and lipid nanoparticle delivery for your personal, your cancer treatment. It's a great thing. And a lot of the research, like I was saying, it was they're showing anti-cancer effects. So it's actually incredible. It is nanotechnology. So yeah, the lipid nanoparticles. So it's phospholipids. So phospholipids are basically the the head and the tail thing that you see kind of like in the membranes. That it's a bunch of those. So it's not like a graphene oxide or anything like that, which is, and I know specifically, it's kind of crazy. I did my PhD using nanotechnology, single-walled carbon nanotubes. So that's like a tube, like with both DNA on the outside, like coating the outside. This has nothing to do with that. This is there is nothing
Mm.
in that. And you'd easily tell if there was any type of, it's another conspiracy that there's graphene oxide inside of the vaccines. Completely false, dude. You would just do a simple spectrophotometer. It's like 300 nanometers. You would just throw it in there. It would spike. It would be so obvious, dude. You could literally a second grader could find graphene oxide in something using a
But
spectrophotometer. It's so easy.
yeah, so someone like Keith though, for someone like him? I mean, there's two sides to it. Obviously, maybe you would feel bad for him because he's hurting himself. Maybe he would follow Trump and take that horse tranquilizer or what have you.
Hmm.
Or he's obviously has the potential to hurt other people, right? If he's not gonna
Yeah.
vaccinate during a pandemic. So it's what do you feel usually for these people?
Compassion, man. Truly, I think like people are misinformed, and it's not their fault. He's probably seen thousands of articles, right? That titles that show this stuff, and now here I am, one person that's just saying this stuff, and who is he to discount his own lived experience and the titles and stuff that he's seen? It's just that he hasn't dived into it like at an expert level. And that's fine, man. That's not fine. You can't be an expert at everything. You can't be an expert in every field, and I totally understand that. So for people that are like the victims of misinformation, I genuinely have compassion for them, and I want to help them up. I want to give them a hand up. But the perpetrators of the disinformation, like the RFKs and Trump, like saying that this was a fake, virus and stuff like that. Those people we have to be relentlessly attacking, right? Those people we give no quarter, because those are the people that are actually
Mhm.
doing harm, and they're going to kill people.
But you say victims of misinformation, which is true, but I
Hmm.
guess they're also going to be perpetrators themselves of, spreading and hurting other people's kids and maybe even causing fatalities. I'm sure unvaccinated people did cause fatalities. So it's like,
Yeah.
are they just victims of misinformation or a little bit more than that?
I think that they're victims, but then if they are choosing to not vaccinate their child, then I do think that they're bad parents. But I don't think that it's they are in their minds at some point. I think that they went down that road trying to have a better life for their kids and trying to like understand something better. It's just that it's a lot easier for these algorithms and stuff to push conspiracies than like, here's population genetics of coronaviruses in bat caves. You know what I mean? It's like nobody wants to listen to that or read that, man. And science has done a really poor job of communicating, right? Science has done a really poor job of like keeping itself open and trying to explain things. So
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, I really liked what you said to me, and I'll stick around. I'll follow you.
cool,
I'll be in
man.
the chat, and yeah, thank you so much for the convo, though.
Nice, man. Thank you. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate
Yes.
it.
Have a good night. Thank
You
you.
too. Nice, man. That was a great conversation. Thank you for being here, Adam. I appreciate you, brother. See, guys, that's why we don't ban people for saying wrong things in chat, and why we welcome them up. Why we welcome them up into voice chat, because it is so much more productive rather than keeping it in chat. Okay, M. M's back. M, you should just come into chat, come into voice. Let's see if I can find M. Oh, it doesn't have 1,000 followers. Jorge Physics, what's up, dude? Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. There's another person with M. It was. Oh, Rapture, what's up? How's it going? Thanks, Island. Thank you. Yeah, that's why I also, man, it's like the one-on-ones are so much easier to keep the temperature down. As soon as like you get multiple people in here, it's like, oh gosh. I Yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating. It's tough cuz like letting people just go on that, yeah, like shouting and stuff, like it's I'm more likely to get shut down. Like my stream to get shut down, right? And it's like, so I kind of can't let someone just go on constantly. Um, oh, really, Rapture? That's weird. I didn't get a misinformation flag. Usually that's like a misinformation flag will show that like I can't bring anyone up, but it seems like you did. Oh yeah, Kara. There's so many people. It would have to be a lot to trigger me. I mean, I've heard it all before at this point. So it would have to be a lot. No, thanks, Renee. Yeah, I've heard it before. To be honest with you guys, to be 100%, especially when someone's very confident when they come in, I do think like, oh no. I'll think like, oh geez, oh no, can I actually deal with this? And then it goes into the same things over and over again, and then I just feel calm, and I'm like, oh, okay, never mind, it's just this again. Oh, Linda, interesting. Yeah, the panel was interesting today. It was about like the ethics of AI, and it was. Can you talk about your thoughts of AI influencing the medical industry? Yeah, I mean, we can talk about that. We had a panel today. I was on the Prime Kai's Twitch panel today, and they were talking about whether, like, basically this company is introducing this service with a 3-minute video. They can make your loved one alive in perpetuity on an app. So it was pretty crazy. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. We can just play it. I'm curious what you guys think. Oh yeah, it's pretty gnarly. It is very weird. It's very weird, guys. It is wrong. I think it is too. Let me find it. Here we go. Whoops. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Rapture. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you guys for all the likes and everything. Thank you for all the gifts. Rapture, Pam, Linda, Diane for president, Gina, thank you guys. Renee, Noble Sharon, thank you guys. Bex, Manny, Noble Sharon, Helen, Island, Penny, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Okay. All right. So this is it. Was the prompt for the discussion today. Here we go. We'll put that up here.
He's getting bigger. See?
Oh, honey, that's wonderful.
Kicking like crazy.
He's listening. Put your hand on your tummy and hum to him. You used to love that.
It feels like he's dancing in there.
Oh, honey.
Mom, would you tell Charlie that bedtime story you always used to tell me?
Once upon a time, there was a baby unicorn who didn't know he knew how to fly. this baby unicorn was like your mom because she didn't know that she knew how to fly, but she knew how to do all kinds of fabulous things.
Hi, Grandma.
Hey, Charlie. How was school today?
It was really fun. I made this crazy shot in basketball.
I don't really care that much about basketball. What about the crush?
Stop. Grandma, stop talking.
Just tell me one thing.
Look who's gonna be a great grandmother.
Oh, Charlie. Oh, congratulations.
She says that he's been kicking a lot, though. Like, a little too much.
Tell her to put her hand on her tummy and hum to him. You loved that.
You would have loved this moment.
You can call anytime.
Oh, sorry.
Mom,
Yeah.
I just need a quick video.
Is this like an audition or something?
No, Mom. Just 3 minutes.
You need my best side?
Can I sing another one?
I can play the piano.
She's so talented.
I am. I'm your mother after all.
Keep going. Why don't you start by telling us a
Two-way.
bit about yourself?
Well, I was born as a very young child.
I would hope so.
So it's interesting. It was crazy. It's wild to like lose my mom like last month and then have this be my first panel back on these things. And so I'm like thinking about that, going, I'm like the prime audience for this stuff. And thank you, Diamond. Thank you. Thanks, guys. And for me, I wouldn't want that now because like I'm sad because I lost my mom, my actual mom. The idea that I would, thank you everyone, that I would have like an app that would, I can like talk to her. That would be very weird. I don't like that at all. And it's never going to be 100%. It's always going to be a weird, that it's called the uncanny valley, where if like someone tries to be too close to being real, then they look weird, and so I would never do that. I would never do that. But I think it would be I'm sorry, Silver. I think it would be for like people like my kids, where it's like they've never met their grandma and they would want to like, I mean, they have, like my older kids have obviously, but like my youngest daughter, she's met her, but like, is she going to remember my mom, that kind of thing. And I think that it's unhealthy too. Yeah, Gina, I think it is. I agree with you. And yeah, it would be really tough. Ness. Hi, Ness. How's it going?
Good morning. I'm literally stood at the coffee shop about to order a coffee. I've got 10 minutes before class. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to say there's a podcast on Wondery called Flesh and Code.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all about the first version of that app, which of course men started using as basically a sex companion. It's absolutely mind-blowing.
Oh yeah.
There was a brilliant podcast. And it's had like several rebirths and got banned in, I think it was Italy or Spain. There's this whole crazy history. I might not be the same one, but apps like that, the first one ever. You should check out that podcast.
Weird. Okay. Yeah.
Good morning. Sorry. Oh my God. Good morning. Can I have a soy latte, please, with 1 pump hazelnut? Sorry about that. Now everyone's just heard my coffee order. Anyway,
Nice.
I'm going to go because I'm literally running to my studio, but check out that podcast. It's super creepy.
Thank you, Ness. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Dude. Give it up for Ness, guys. Ness is so nice. She's always so cool. She lives in the UK, guys. We are her morning show. How cool is that? How cool is that? She always comes in. Yeah. And I do molecular biology, so I basically changed the genomes of microbes around, but I have that's molecular biology, and then my PhD is in microbiology. So Yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird. I brought up there's some weird aspects of this that is very weird too. Like imagine your mom has some weird traits that you don't like. Could you like edit them out? Who has like control over that? You know, or imagine like your grandfather's black or something, and now can you know what I mean? There was like some type of like thing there. Thank you. You know, could you they're racist and they want to change the you know what I mean, stuff like that. It would be like there could be, yes, exactly, Silver. It's like there's so many different ways of like what could it do? Could it be used to remind glioblastoma patients who they were? Oh, Nathan, that's actually a really interesting idea. I'd never thought about that. That's a really interesting idea. Exactly, Diamond. That was my point too. Like, who holds the rights of it? And I think that you should be able to like change it. Like, you should be able to say like, nah, this is weird. Like, imagine getting like, oh yeah, Johnny Depp is my grandfather. You know what I mean, or something like that. Hi, Amanda. Things like it could get really weird really soon, and I feel like people. Hi, Dude Craig. It's honestly people that don't have a problem with this. I think respectfully, they haven't thought about it enough because it's very weird. Yeah, Antoinette, they do have a voice and video. I can hear a therapist now. Did you listen to Dead Relatives when you were young? Yeah, Gina. It's it can be very weird. Oh yeah, Ducre, yeah. It's different, guys. I mean, I'm trying, like I said, I'm on a publicity tour right now, so I'm going on whatever and whoever I can go on. So that's what I'm doing. And my goal is to like bring you guys around. You know, I want to like bring you with me, even hopefully it at least if it's just me, you know, I think that it would be better. But anyway, the panels are a little rough, but the panels are hard. Anyway, my point though is that I wouldn't want that ability to be ever, you know, with someone, with a corporation specifically. I would definitely want some type of regulation on that. Yeah, Diamond, yeah, I would do that. Diamond, I actually did that. So I was a lecturer. I was an adjunct professor at my university, and for one of I did a 2-part COVID thing. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I will. A 2-part COVID special because I felt like there wasn't any information in any of the grad school. The undergrad, stuff, and so I did a 1 day on before the outbreak. You know, basically what happened with coronaviruses. What did we know before the pandemic, and then the outbreak, and then after. So 2 separate events, and it was honestly a really cool lecture series. A lot of people really loved it. That was like the 3 days that I had for all my lectures, and people really had a really good response to it. But then the last day, I brought on like my best friend that I got during the pandemic, which was another Twitch streamer. So he streamed from his place in Vermont, and I had him come in and through a stream and give that. He guest lectured, and it was really cool. And we took questions from the class. People stayed after class and like asked us questions and everything. So it's honestly the exact questions that we're doing all the time, guys. Literally, it was like the exact same thing. I mean, kind of we did kind of quarantine together. I mean, we were, you know, we're still friends. We're still really good friends. It's great. He was probably like my best friend that I met during grad school, and he wasn't someone that was in my program. It was someone online, and we really like bonded, and he's awesome, and yeah, it was really, really fun. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Diamond. Yeah. Whatever it is. Hi, Jess Kristen. How's it going? Well, I mean, if you're having seminar, Diamond, it's probably going to be different. It's going to be different. You know, you can't just like invite some random. But I can have a talk like science, or I can do science communication, or I can do like whatever you want. Okay. Oh, that'd be very nice, Renee. Thank you. drgregshow.com, guys. That's all my links. drgregshow.com. Have you seen the study from March about candles and bacteria vesicles? No, I haven't. Nice, Jenny. Woo. Add 2 vaccinations, Greg. Jenny, you're awesome. Thank you for the @ Thank you, guys. If I don't see it, I just missed you accidentally. So I apologize. Thank you guys thank you for catching that, Heather. Guys, Jenny, and 3, taking us to 1,116. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Yeah, I'd love to do a science communication talk. Okay, see you. See you, Ness. Have a good one. I got my flu and COVID shot. Pinky, you're awesome. 1,118, guys. In 3, 2, 1. Does a study need to prove structure and function in order to be valid? I would say so, Alyssa. There's a lot of AI drugs that are being made that haven't been tested. So I would say that yes, I do think that they need to be tested in the real world. Oh, awesome, Amanda. You're awesome. Let's give it up for Amanda, guys. In 3, 2, 1. Amanda. Nice, guys. I love it. I love it. Is my video laggy for you guys? Is my video laggy? Anyone? MakeAmericaVaccinated guys. Okay, good. Okay, interesting. Thanks, guys. Thank you. It's a little laggy. Okay, interesting. I wonder why. Let's see. Let's try this. Oh. Oh, this is 720. It's a little blurry. Let's try it again. No stars. This is my 5-year-old daughter she got a bracelet kit, and she made it for me. Yeah. So, boom. Yeah. I like to talk about COVID and cancer. Let's talk about the possibilities. Yeah, I mean, basically there's awesome things that are happening. The mRNA vaccine is actually helping with to kill cancer. Oh man, this looks so weird. I'm like, which variant version? No, I don't. But I'd like to know, do you think it's possible 2 of my friends who are vaccinated and got cancer right after? No. I mean, no, Kate. Like, if anything, it helps. Like it's showing that it's actually helping. It primes the immune system, and it allows for anti-cancer drugs to be better. To better attack them. So it's actually the opposite, if anything. They did the mRNA vaccines, so it was all the Moderna and the Pfizer ones. The mechanistic of how they can it's a lot of yeah, it's I mean, I honestly I don't understand the immunology and the the medical terminology well enough to give it to you, but from what I understand is that one, it helps prime your immune system to rev it up so that it can basically attack the cancer cells better, and then two, it makes the tumors more susceptible so that it can be treated with anti-tumor and anti-cancer drugs. So those are those two things. They're two separate actions, and they work like that. Well, purple flower, it would make RFK mad, but the problem is that he's banned the research. That's the problem. It's banned. He's banned that research. That's the $500 million that they've banned. So it's just ridiculous. Hi, user. What's up? Nice to see you. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm just going to close all my... Oh, I can't, though. I've been applying to a ton of jobs today, guys. What do you mean? You're kidding? Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. Yeah, RFK banned the research to $500 million. Yeah, it's insane. He's crazy. It is, Kara. I'm not going to move to Canada. They are stuck here. RFK and Trump is stuck here with me. I'm not giving them what they want. I'm not leaving. Hi, how's it
my
going?
friend.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. What's up?
My friend from Syria need help for it, my family. Please, 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Please, my brother.
Okay.
Okay.
What's up, dude?
I love you, my friend.
Okay. What's wrong?
What?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Are you can show my house, my brother?
No, sorry, no. All I know, I just know.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum,
My
walaikum assalam.
Wa alaikum salam. Yes, 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 yes. My friend, I'm from Syria. You need help for it. My family need gift me.
Okay. Okay, guys.
Okay.
For sure.
I love you, my friend. I love you, my friend. I love you, my brother.
For sure, man. For sure. Okay. All right, man. Well, have a good day, okay? All right, see ya. Yeah, I understand. I understand, guys. Boom. I speak some. I speak some. Okay, guys. All right. All right, Willie. Willie's sleepy. We might be able to hire you. That'd be amazing. It's always better to be polite. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Kindness is free. Okay. Markiplier. Okay. Of course you are, Jess Kristen. You're good. You're good. I didn't see anything. You're fine. Thank you, Island. Okay, so we got Geoguessr. We got I'm pro-vaccination and pro-choice. Okay. Yeah, I'm pro-life. Vaccines are pro-life. So. Okay, let's see the shout outs real quick. Shout outs. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. Thank you guys so much to all the super fans. F-on. Thank you so much. Yeah, exactly, Heather. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I'm just saying that. I'm trying to bring back ownership of pro-life. Marlis, thank you. Renee, thank you. Noble Sharon, thank you so much. Share, Island Time, thank you. Heather, thank you so much. Thank you to all the likers. 1, 100, 1,000. Perfect. Thank you, Heather. Noble Sharon, 8,000 likes. Incredible. Thank you so much. Share, Gina, thank you. Strawberries, welcome in. Hi, thank you. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Bare Necessity. Thank you, user. Thank you to all the Patreons. Mrs. Dr. G, Ado, Call Me Ness. And guys, we have over 600 actions. 600 people have gone to action.drgregshow.com and called or sent an email to swing voters in the Senate or steadfast, stalwart supporters that we have to say and booster and say, hey, you can't go anywhere because of the deadlock Senate and we can't have a single one of you be bad. So one of them is going after the New Hampshire bill that's trying to get rid of a thing that they have, a program that they have that gives free vaccines to poor kids. So, of course, the Republicans are trying to get rid of it. And multiple states are trying to ban mRNA vaccines. The anti-cancer, incredible vaccines that we've been talking about, they're trying to ban them, make it a law that you could actually lose your license as a medical professional if you actually administer a vaccine during a pandemic. Make that make sense. It can't. It doesn't. And it won't. So, but we've had over 600 phone calls, 600 emails, and we're already putting pressure, and we're getting emails back, and people are getting it, knowing that, hey, they have to take us seriously. So it's amazing, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Gina, that's a good question. I have no idea. I need to get to those actions. It's all good, user. There's 9 states now, 9 bills that we're trying to target. All right. So we could do Geoguessr. We could finish the immunology thing. Maybe we should finish the immunology lecture. There's only 9 minutes left. Do you want to hear my AI joke from earlier with Grandma? Okay, sure. Cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's understand. I get you, Amanda. I know. It's crazy. It is so crazy. So frustrating. What is their issue with mRNA? Basically, they politicized the pandemic. Oh, I'm sorry. They made it dogmatic to disagree with the Biden administration and science during the pandemic. So because there's the COVID vaccine, because the COVID vaccine is mRNA, now they're against mRNA. That's basically it. I mean, it's that simple. All right, let's finish this immunology lecture.
And yourself. Yeah. So the other problem is, if your defense isn't like totally 100% perfect, which really nothing is, you also might lead to some damage to the body.
Oh.
So people often think, oh yeah, the host kills the pathogen hurts the host hurts the pathogen. The end. But in reality, you're actually going to cause some damage to your host tissues in many cases by having that immune response. And so you have to have this trade-off of what's the right amount of resources to spend on defense? What's going to keep me healthy? What's going to keep me from having too much collateral damage? And these sort of different constraints are the constraints that that your immune system evolves within. And so some of the things that you will see are things that are really good at helping us with an immune response that kind of fits within these parameters. But if you were trying to design it, would not have ever been the way you would go. In particular, to give you one example, it's actually from that same Mark Davis speech that I quoted earlier. He pointed out that infectious disease is a really, really, really big selective pressure because it could kill babies. Microbes could kill babies before they can survive and reproduce. And that's a much bigger selective pressure than, say, a predator, because the predator is probably not going to kill you right away. But old age is like not that big of a selective pressure because you would have already had time to survive and reproduce. And so, yes, you're going to do everything possible, even if it's wasteful, to protect babies against infections. But to protect old people against autoimmunity, maybe not. We'll let that problem slide, because if we can do something that's going to protect babies against microbes and against infectious disease.
Yeah.
And so you'll see in some of the things that we talk about this
Hi,
semester,
AC Callie, what's
there's
up?
an obvious flaw in this plan. Everyone could get autoimmunity from that. And my answer will be like, yep, totally. So know that these trade-offs are definite things that your immune system is dealing with. So the one other thing that I want to mention, a couple of you guys mentioned this really nicely, is that oftentimes we're going to think about the difference between the terms infection and disease.
Oh, this is what we were talking about.
And so infection is a situation where a microorganism is established and growing within a host. So infection is when you have a microbe in you.
This is what we were talking about.
Disease is when you are out of homeostasis, or you can see damage or injury to a host that impairs function. Sometimes we will have microbes in our body. We will be infected, but we will not have any damage to host function. We won't have any symptoms, so we won't have any disease. One way I could say that is that
I don't know about the BRCA gene and that type of cancer, so I don't know. I'm sorry.
Microbes that are in my GI tract right now helping me digest my breakfast, I'm infected with those microbes. They have colonized me and are established and growing within me, but I don't have a disease because of them. They're not making me sick. They're actually helping me.
Oh, this is it.
You can also imagine situations where, say, if someone had asymptomatic...
So, exposure to pathogens, the adherence, the invasion through the epithelium, and the colonization and growth, and then the toxin effects are local or systematic. So this is how viruses will infect and then cause disease, because they're inside the tissues. And then that causes tissue damage and then disease. So the disease isn't inside of the virus. It's made from the virus infecting the host.
Asymptomatic COVID, they are infected with the virus SARS-CoV-2, but they don't have disease. They don't have any symptoms. And so in some cases, we're going to see trade-offs where the body might allow infection to happen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I miss it? Sorry, Heather. I'm with you. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm ready. I'm sorry, Heather. Go, Heather, go. I'm ready. Sorry. Now the pressure. Okay. Don't type wrong. You should. You have all the mod position. You have all the mod capabilities. R.I.P. Grandma is not rest in peace. It's rest in phone. That's funny. Moderators. Renee, manage. Comments. Allow moderators to turn on or off or block keywords, mute accounts, pin everything. Yeah, you have to confirm and everything. Try now. Oh, it's a thing that we were just looking at, user. Can you do it now? Really? There you go. Nice. This. Yeah, no keyword filters on right now. Sorry, guys. Yeah, no keyword filter. Sorry, guys.
But prevent disease, or kind of distinguish between those two things. So sometimes we're going to think about what's happening after infection. Sometimes we're going to actually think about what happens when we go all the way to disease. In general, we're talking about infectious disease, so disease that's caused by pathogens, not like when you break your leg. Though I come up with ways we talk about breaking your leg. Note that just because you come in contact with the microbe, it doesn't mean it's going to infect you. I often stand under the air vent. I am definitely coming in contact with microbes as they are falling on me from this air vent. I'm not getting infected necessarily with them. Those microbes aren't establishing and colonizing in me. And just because I'm infected with something doesn't mean I'm going to have disease. So these are going to be sort of pieces that we're going to have to think a lot about. The other big thing that we're going to have to think a lot about are the types of microorganisms that are out there.
Viruses,
so
bacteria, fungi, parasites.
Types of microorganisms that we want to think about. They are viruses, bacteria, fungi, and parasites. And you can see a bunch of examples of all four of those here, along with some diseases that they can cause. Each of these different microbes can lead to different issues, and they
causes
also
malaria?
lead to different challenges for the immune system. So just to sort of point out one example, when I'm thinking about parasites here, I am looking at a number of either single-celled eukaryotic parasites or parasitic worms. Those are all eukaryotic. Our cells are eukaryotic.
A fun
and
guy.
So we might think about, well, in what ways are their cells and our cells different, and how the heck do we detect them? Similarly, fungal cells are eukaryotic, as are our cells. So we might have to, so the distinction mechanism might be different. Whereas bacteria and viruses are more obviously foreign. Bacteria and viruses are also a lot smaller than our cells.
I haven't watched that.
Whereas parasitic worms, this is actually, these are hands, and this is Ascaris. This has come out of someone's GI tract. So you can see the parasitic worms and how big they are. Dealing with that versus dealing with a virus that is 1/1,000,000th the size of your cell is going to be really different. And so thinking about things like how big are the pathogens is going to alter how we actually can defend against them. Where do those pathogens live? Inside cells, outside of cells, in a cytoplasm, in cellular compartments? Are the pathogens super different from our cells?
I haven't watched that.
Do they vary, or are they always the same? Are they mutating a lot, or are they going to be always the same? And how quickly do they reproduce? Are all things that often immunologists are going to have to think about. And so these are things that we're going to often imagine when we're thinking about different types of pathogens, and we're going to realize that different strategies are going to be necessary for big versus small, or cytoplasmic versus extracellular, or things that mutate a lot versus things that don't mutate a lot. And so we're going to have a lot of different strategies in order to fully make an immune system that deals with all of these things. On Wednesday, I'm going to start dividing up the cells and organs of the immune system. So we kind of get a cast of characters that will also be involved in Thursday's lab. And then we'll be able to go from there. So
that's cool.
I'm excited about the semester and hope you are too.
Semester long thing. That's okay. Cool. Cool, guys. I love it. Thank you. We're going to run through. There's like 38 of them. So we'll just like do one a day. I think that's cool. I love learning. So I'm so curious. I've really never, I'll be honest with you guys, immunology really low. I wanted to go through. Vincent Rocking Yellow has a really cool virology one too. So I'd love to take the virology class. I'd love to make sure to do the pre-lab. Yes, God. Make sure you get your quiz in. We're doing a quiz. Who said that learning's boring? All right, here we go. All right, Geoguessr. All right, here we go. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh man, are you serious? Are you serious? Okay. Oh. Okay. Emergency exit. Only English, but that could be a tourist. Whoa. Water services. Electrical. Sawa. Cleaning service. What? What is this? Where are we? Dude. Are you serious? This looks like but the bus is really a tourist thing? Ooh, what flag is that? I have no idea, man. Are you serious? I have no idea. I'm gonna say this definitely looks like what? Is that Indian? Can you guys see? 30 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna go. Man, it's what like which part of? Is it like Iran, Pakistan? It looks like Farsi, but it also looks like very. It's like very straight across. So I want to say it's like Pakistan or something. I don't even know if this was like. Oh. Wow. That's going to be just a tough time, guys. You're not going to not going to have that one. That's a tough one. Yeah, that's I had no idea what the flag was. That was the clue. That was the clue that we should have gotten. I don't even know what country this is. Oman? Oman? Is it Oman? Is that it? Okay. Yeah. That's not Urdu, it's in Arabic. Thanks, Skog. Thank you. Okay. All right, here we go. Guatemala? That has to be Guatemala. Underneath that. I think that's Guatemala. Okay. Nice. Oh. Centro Oh, I don't know. Spanish again. So where in the city are we in Guatemala? See if we can find something that's like a big road. It's a big roundabout. It's a big roundabout and a two-way line. Guatemala? Oh God, where's Guatemala? I'm not 100% sure. Oh God. Oh no, guys. I thought it was Sao Paulo. No. No. I thought it was in Southern California, South America. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to say Guatemala and then here. And then it was, okay, so it's Central America. And then it had like two big roads. And then, oh, was it here? Are we going down here? And then it turned in. Looks like a big street that's like turning in. Is it a roundabout or just a big left-hand turn? Okay, it's just a big left-hand turn. Maybe it is this one. Okay, we'll go for it. 4977. Nice. Nice. Oh yeah, thanks guys. I mean, we don't have to pin the comments. I'm not gonna look at chat. It's all you guys in chat. I can't look. It's not fair. It's not fun. Okay, but you guys can roast me. Look at it. No, I can't, Renee. That's so cheating. That's so much cheating. Okay. Ooh, shoot. Man. What is that? I don't know what language that is. Is this Russian? It has to be. .net? Why are they doing .net? This is a pretty big city. I got nothing. Ooh, UA. What's UA? Ukraine? Or would that be UK? No, that wouldn't be UK. That'd be the United Kingdom. Has to be Ukraine. That would make sense for the Russian looking stuff. In Kyiv? Usually is like around capitals. So let's just do Kyiv. All right, let's put that down. And then it's a pretty big central downtown. Okay, looking for major landmarks. UA. Yeah, I think it's just downtown in a big metropolis area. Pretty densely packed. So it's going to be like here. Or on the other side, maybe. I don't see it. 4979. Nice. Dang, Geo got it, dude. Geo, that's huge. It's Ukraine. Nice. Look at you guys. Amazing. Dude, 4979. That was good. Good job, guys. Cool. It's awesome. I love it. That was fun. That's cool. Do you guys like it? I like it. I love learning. We're learning. A lot of learning here. Oh, really, Lindsay? Oh, that's sick. That's awesome. yeah, it's cool to like just go around. It's crazy like how similar the world is, you know, but then also like how different the world is, you know? Like I think it's so cool. It's such a fun thing. It's like, dang, this all looks so different, but also very, very similar. Can you set it if you only want it to play in the US? I don't know, maybe. Maybe, Heather. I don't know, maybe. Have I traveled to other countries? Not that much. Bare Necessity. Oh my gosh, 31 guys. Amazing. Guys, give it up for Bare Necessity. She's leading the pack here. 647. Incredible. Guys, give it for Bare Necessity. Making it look easy and strong every day. She is getting it and constantly getting those actions in, guys. She's going to action.drgregshow.com and she's using the templates for the calls and the emails, and she's getting it done. In 3, 2, 1. Can anyone claim they took a vaccine? Yeah, no, there is. Yeah, there's tons of proof. Tons of proof. Or you could play Wordle. Dude, Skog, I tried playing that. It's too hard, man. I can't understand it. It's like talking about like the, I have no idea. You know, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Oh, for the tracker? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the honor system. Hey, how are you? Yeah, it's the honor system. What, you know, what can we do, man? Yeah, Bare Necessity. She is awesome. She's a leader in the community, guys. Listen to her. Freaking the templates make it easy. It's just you copy and paste the email, you copy and paste, and then you can call at any time for the numbers, and you're gonna get a voicemail machine anyway. So it's all good. My son went deer hunting this last weekend and we caught 2 bucks. Okay, cool. Nice. Wouldn't say you caught them. I would say you bagged them. I wouldn't say catching them and bringing them home is a whole. I get what you're saying, though. All right, guys. I am going to head off. Yeah. Yeah, Skog. I've been always trying to, if I see something in the news, I'm trying to like look it up, you know, on the map. You know, trying to understand like where places are in the world, you know, and that's a step that's helping, and it's been fun, and yeah, Geoguessr is just like a cool way to just kind of like explore maps by the street, you know, street view. Yeah, I'm gonna go. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you. Been streaming since like 5, so I'm gonna take off. Thank you, Skog. Oh, thank you, Casey. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. Good night, guys. Thank you. Huh. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, guys, it's super easy. If you haven't done it, action.drgregshow.com. Just go there. Just go to the website. It's all laid out for you right there. It's super easy. You can do one in like a minute. It's really easy. Check it out. Check it out. And it makes a big difference. You know, these are state level races that we can actually make a big difference on. This isn't national stuff where it's just harder, you know, harder, way harder. State level stuff, we can have a big impact. Yeah. All right, guys. We're out. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the heart me's, guys. Thank you. Oh, I already did it. Thank you for the heart me's. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the gifts. T. Lewis, Kate, Bex, Leah, HC Callie, Stars, Souls, Evelyn, Stars, Laura, Sandra, Casey, Marla, Cher. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye.